Hello, my name is Amy Racine, and on behalf of all of IEEE, the professional home for the engineering and technology community worldwide, welcome. It is my pleasure to welcome you to today's virtual event, What You Should Know About the IEEE Learning Network. This session is held in conjunction with IEEE Education Week. You can find more events and resources at educationweek.ieee.org. Before we begin, please note a few items. All modules on your screen are resizable and movable, so feel free to adjust them to make the most out of your space. At the bottom of your screen are helpful buttons. Please click the yellow question mark for technical support. If you have questions for our presenter, click on the orangey red Q&A icon. We will answer as many questions as time allows. A digital certificate is available for all participants who attend at least 10 minutes of today's event. Click the purple certificate icon to obtain your certificate. The on-demand link for today's event will be emailed to all registrants approximately 2 hours after today's session. Finally, if you would like to post about this event on social media, please use the hashtag #education@IEEE. Now, I would like to introduce today's presenter, Jill R. Bagley. Jill is a continuing education platform senior manager with IEEE Educational Activities. She has more than 30 years experience in continuing professional education. She is currently supporting the IEEE Learning Network with a focus on partnerships, developing technical and business requirements, and user acceptance testing. Welcome, Jill.
Thank you so much, Amy. Okay, I'm going to give you a little overview to begin with. What is the IEEE Learning Network? So the IEEE Learning Network launched in July of 2019. This is a centralized portal for continuing education courses and events similar to what we have today from across IEEE. We use a software as a service learning management system to host educational content that's accessed via your web browser, just like you're accessing today. Any learner can browse and search our catalog of content and locate courses by a particular category or a keyword or phrase. And what's wonderful is that the learning management system records each learner's progress of completion. And they can look at their transcript at any time and take a look at courses that they're currently enrolled in, courses that they've completed, and it shows a proof that they've finished or are enrolled in that content. What's very nice is it also uses your IEEE web account as user authentication. So if you're a member or you have a customer account already, that's the same account that you would use for the ILN. And what's also nice is that purchases of content are made right through the IEEE Enterprise Shopping Cart. So the same place that you purchase any other content through IEEE, it's the same shopping cart. So a little overview of the ILN, which our URL is showing here, iln.ieee.org. This has content that's for sale to the public and also accessible to our subscribing institutional customers. And on the right-hand side here, you'll see a little image of our homepage of the IEEE Learning Network. It is very easy to use. We have courses that are covering all of the IEEE fields of interest. And we offer two types of courses. We have hosted courses, which are purchased and delivered right through the ILN platform. And we also have Discover-only courses, which many of our partners have their content located on their own websites, or they might have a resource center. And we have this one nice place that we can have people find courses that are both hosted as well as Discover-only. Today, we have actually a little over 1,400 courses available, and we look to keep that growing. We strive to add at least 150 new courses each year. Access is granted to this site by making a purchase, or if you're an institutional customer and you have a subscription, that's another way that you can access your content. So now what I'm going to do is give us a little demonstration of the live site and give you a little tour of the site. So we are now on the IEEE Learning Network homepage, and here is there are so many things that are available right from this homepage. I'm going to start right at this banner that's going across the top here. This banner calls attention to some of our newest content that's available, and with one click from any of these banners, you can go right over to sign up for more information or go right to the course page and learn more about that content. I'm going to now focus our attention to the middle of the screen here, where we have a number of icons going across here. These icons represent some of our featured topics. If you had an interest in perhaps looking at all content that we have available in computing, you can simply click on one item here, and that would filter your returns to just computing content. And the same goes for any of these areas. So if you come here and you know, I'm definitely looking for emerging technologies, you click right here, it will bring you a return of all emerging technologies content. A little further down our page, I also want to point out that we have some little helpful areas if you'd like to subscribe to be on a mailing list to get the latest information about IEEE Learning Network. That's an option that's available here. And we also have a very nice video that gives another overview of the IEEE Learning Network and the many benefits. At any time, though, throughout the IEEE Learning Network, you can browse the catalog. And you can do you can actually click Browse Catalog, and that will browse the entire catalog, or you could enter specific keywords here. For today's demo, I'm going to go ahead and click on Browse Catalog, and it's going to bring back a return of everything that's available in the catalog. You'll see that we have 1463 results in the catalog. A couple of things I want to point out here is our returns page will show you how many pages of content are available for you to scroll through. And you see we have 147 here right now, which is probably a little more than anyone would want to come through just page by page. So that's what makes these filters along the side very important. You'll see that we have a section called categories here. I'm going to click on this show 13 more to expand it to become a little larger here. So you'll see that we get a full listing of all of the different categories that are available, and you'll see there's a little number in parentheses after. That number represents how many content items are in that particular topic area. So they're listed in order of how many content items there are. And so if you wanted to filter a little further down, you could easily click on any of these, and we will do that in just a moment. I do want to just point out one more item here, our course providers here. Again, I'm going to click on the Show More. And you'll see, again, same idea. We're listed in order of how many content items are available there. And you'll see that we're pleased to have so many partners that are with us on ILN. And just a reminder, if you're attending today and you don't see your organizational unit on this list, we would love to have you. So please do follow up with me after the meeting here if you'd like to become a part of ILN. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose the topic of emerging technologies here. And you'll see once I click there, it does filter this down. That 1,400 number now becomes 284 results. That still may be a little more than anyone wants to scroll through. So you can certainly see some subcategories underneath there. And if one of these were of interest, you could click and further filter that down. And you could also, again, further filter down on a course provider. If you knew that what you were looking for was from one of these groups listed here, you could simply click on that and it would bring you a further filtered content. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and just choose one of the items on this list here and bring us to one of the course pages. So on our course pages, a couple of important things to point out. We always have a description of the course so that as a learner, you can come in and decide by reading the abstract here, is this something that's of interest to me? We include learning objectives here. You can see, in this case, this is a course program that I have selected, so you can look at the individual titles that are within the course program, get a feel for who might attend, a little bit about the presenter, publication year, just some key items. And very important here, as I mentioned earlier, purchases are made through the IEEE Enterprise Cart At any time on this page, I could go ahead and add this item to my cart and proceed to check out and purchase the content, and then come right back here and begin taking it. So those are some of the areas that I wanted to show. What I'm going to now do is I'm going to come back to the home page, and I'm going to sign in so that you can see when a user is signed in what their access is. As an individual, I'm going to go ahead and sign in with a username and password, and I'm going to use a demo account that I have available here. And just bear with me just a moment, and here we go. Now it's asking me, do I want to continue? And I am an individual, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to the IEEE Learning Network. If I were a subscribing institution, I could combine it with my institutional access and go through that way. But for today, for our demo, we're just going to go ahead and continue on. Everybody's login gives you your individual information. So up in the right-hand corner, you would see your name here. It would list your name, and the content that's available in this My Courses section would be relevant to your particular content that you have purchased or have access to. So what's really nice here is on this home page, you can quickly see your courses. If you wanted to go ahead and take your course from here, you can resume, you can start your course right from here. You can view all of the items that you have available to you. And if you've completed something in the past 30, 60, or 90 days, you could see that right from this one snapshot here. And what a lot of people find very helpful here is to be able to go to their transcript. The transcript will show everything that you are presently enrolled in. It will list items that you've completed, items that you've started, any status that you have. And what's also additionally nice is you can see any credits that you've earned, and you can quickly click on the View Certificate and immediately access a certificate that you might have earned by completing that content. And you can download it, print it, and have it available. And you could also print and save this transcript itself as proof, perhaps to your employer or to a certification board that you have received credits for your training. So I think that it's a very handy tool and gives you access to so many continuing education materials, and I'm definitely hope that everyone gets an opportunity to come on over to the IEEE Learning Network and take a look and look around. So I'm going to now bring us back to the presentation, and I'm going to open us up for questions.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jill. As a reminder, if you have questions for Jill about the IEEE Learning Network or anything about this presentation, you can submit it through the Q&A portlet on your screen. And we do have a couple of questions coming in, Jill. So our first question is, how can I earn credits for completing courses on ILN?
Oh, great question. Okay, so many of our partners do offer certificates and credits for completing their content. You would simply need to complete all of the required elements of that course. Often courses will have a quiz that the learner needs to have a passing grade of 70% or greater, and upon reaching that grade, the system will automatically issue you the certificate. There's nothing further that you'll need to do, and then you'll be able to access that certificate right from the course page or from the transcript that we were looking at earlier.
Okay, great. And another question asking if my society has courses but is not on ILN, how can we become a partner?
Well, first of all, we would love to have any OU as a partner on ILN. We welcome all groups. Please follow up with me after this session is over, and I will talk to you about the different options. I mentioned earlier we have both hosted and Discover only options available, and we can talk and see if it's a good fit for a partnership, and we would love to have you join us.
Excellent. Here's a question about I saw that you're offering a special discount and promotion code, but it expires at the end of April. Does that mean I have to complete my courses by that time?
That's another great question. Absolutely not. Once you've purchased your course, you actually have access to that course for at least a year, if not more, and you can complete the course in one sitting, 20 sittings. There's no prescribed amount of time that you must take, but you do need to make your purchase within that time, but certainly you can continue accessing it. If it takes you several months to complete it, you can still do that.
Okay, excellent. Okay, that looks to be all of our questions for today, unless there are any more. We'll give one more moment. I do want to advance us just to follow up with Jill if you do have any questions about the IEEE Learning Network or to become a partner. And with that being said, I just want to thank you, Jill. We appreciate you taking your time to share with us today. And I do encourage our audience to check out the Education Week website at educationweek.ieee.org to find more educational events and resources from IEEE to inspire you on your journey of lifelong learning. As we noted earlier, the on-demand link for today's event will be emailed to all registrants in approximately 2 hours. And before you leave, don't forget to complete our feedback survey via the pink survey tool at the bottom of your screen. Thank you and have a great day.